Welcome in pile number 1. We're taking a look at what message you've been too busy to hear. We have this beautiful clear quartz crystal for you, and I'm going to put it right here. You chose the Housewife Tarot. I'm going to shuffle your tarot. The extended of this reading will also be on Patreon, just like my other extendeds, just like my weekly Energy of the Week pick-a-card readings. They're all on Patreon, and the link is down below. Just like my mini magazine, my Reiki mini magazine. Okay, so I have these pre-shuffled oracle cards right here. So let's take a look at what message you've been too busy to hear. We have the Diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Fan. Romance, celebration and party. Take a fucking trip. And on the back of the card it says, go see some shit, do some new things, talk to people cooler than you. The deck is rude, but it is also kind of cute. So, because you're being redirected to a new path, and see the beauty. Gratitude, the secret is everywhere. Since this is pile number 1, I still have to figure out where to put the cards, but I think I got it. What message you've been too busy to hear is to take a leap of faith. And another message you've been too busy to hear is you have been so focused on your project that you kind of stopped seeing the beauty of the project. You're being asked to give out the energy that you wish to receive back. You wish to receive back the culmination of all your efforts. So you're being asked to put out some gratitude. And I know that's difficult if you're not where you want to be just now or just yet, but you're really being asked to pay forward some gratitude. So this is the energy that you can then also receive back, you know. You're being asked to pay forward some of that. Yeah, of giving thanks is what I hear. You're also being asked to step outside of your hamster wheel. It's kind of like you have been trying to bring this into fruition, and because you've been trying to do that, you're kind of stuck in a rut. You have this routine, and every day this routine is the same, and you're kind of, it feels like treading water, and you're being asked to go see some shit and to go and do some new things. You're being asked to do something else, to put your energy towards something else, because right now you are in this wheel and it keeps turning because you keep moving, but it's not beneficial. It's also not really taking you where you want to go, because you're treading water. There is a lot of resistance, and there's normally resistance when we are not going with the flow. And in order to go with the flow, you're being asked to pay forward some gratitude and to do some new things, to get your mind off things. Albert Einstein always took walks in the forest, or no, he rode his bicycle through the forest, something like that, and he played the violin to get his mind off things. So you're being asked to find your creative outlet, to find something that takes your mind off things. And I also feel like you constantly ask yourself why it's so hard, or why there's so much resistance, or why it's so difficult. And the answer is right here, because you're being redirected to a new path. And in order to recalibrate your energy for this new path, some things need to happen, you know. You need to allow yourself to see the beauty in what you're doing. You need to allow yourself to pay forward some gratitude. You need to allow yourself to take a break and to do something else, to take your mind off things. And these are all the things that will lead to redirecting you successfully. But until then, it kind of feels like treading water. That's what I have for you. We're going to look into this deeper now. The reading breakdown is in the intro. There are 3 questions we're asking ourselves here. And the first one being, what message has been trying to reach you? Because you've been too busy to hear the message from Spirit. So we're going to deliver that message right here and right now. So, what message? Ooh, we have the Hierophant. What message has been trying to reach pile number 1, our clear quartz cluster? Thank you so much. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. We have the Hierophant and we have the 2 of Cups. The first thing that my higher self said was, you should have listened. My higher self is not judgmental. It's just really excited for you. So what message has been trying to reach you? I'm going to deliver different messages here because you're all different people and I'm getting different messages in. So for some of you, the message that's been trying to reach you is that, how do I delicately say this? I'm just going to say it, okay? So it indicates marriage. So for some of you, the message that's been trying to reach you is that you have been trying to be good enough in order to be able to propose, and you're already good enough. You're already good enough, okay? Gonna say it again. Then for others of you, the message you've been too busy to hear is that there is this amazing person in your life, and they can fill your cup and you can fill theirs. If your mind is too loud, if things are too difficult, you have this perfect balance that you can fill each other's cups. This doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. For some of you it can be, but it doesn't have to be. And I feel like really for a lot of you, you're kind of losing touch or you're kind of losing balance in your relationship because you think you're not good enough and you have to achieve something before you are good enough. And the answer is there's absolutely no reason to rock the boat. Everything is perfectly fine and you're good enough, and period, you know? That's the message you've been too busy to hear. We also have Earth energy here, Taurus, Archangel, or is it just an angel? Anael is also an energy that goes with the Hierophant. So just so you know, this is a beautiful partnership, mutual attraction, soulmate energy. If you're not comfortable with labels, then just, the amazing person in your life that you feel comfortable with. You love their company, their aura, their presence. This is an energy like you've been too busy to hear how much they love you. You've been too busy to hear that you are perfect for them no matter what, because you have been so preoccupied with your project, which no shame at all, but the more energy you put forward to enjoying things outside of this project, the quicker you will be redirected to this new path that you wish this project to lead you on. So just so you know, the message you've been too busy to hear is that this amazing person is at your side and is ready for whatever, and is ready to fill your cup when you feel depleted, and you are taken care of. I feel like a lot of you think they have to achieve something here to be worthy of this connection, and that is not the case. And that is a message you've been way too busy to hear and to acknowledge either as well. So why has this message been hard for you to hear? Why has this message been hard for you to hear? Oh my gosh, your card fell down just out of the pile. Hold on. We have the Four of Pentacles here. No, we're good. No other card wants to come out. Why this message has been hard for you to hear. We have the Four of Pentacles here in the upright, because you're so busy with this project, because you want security, you want to save money, you want to control the situation, you want to create a safe life with the money that comes from this project, and it's a balancing act that is stressful, and that, like this, won't bring you any happiness. It's important that you don't clutch to the material things so tightly, is what I hear. You're doing that in order to feel safe, I understand, but this is a balancing act that won't bring you safety or happiness, because it's just stressing you out. And if you give up a little bit of control instead of clutching to everything so tightly, if you allow yourself to do something else, if you allow yourself to see the love in your life that is available, if you allow yourself to tap into a little bit of gratitude, that's when all the happiness you've been trying to force in is going to come in. That's when this security that you've been working on, this safety, this financial security net, will come in naturally. And I'm not saying stop working on your project. I'm saying bring some balance in there, because it's not balanced. It's completely out of balance. It's completely like you're clutching to this and trying to force things to happen. And it is... I'm seeing a person whose hair falls out because of stress. So this is why this message has been so hard for you to hear, because you've been so busy trying to force this. What area of your life does this message concern? What area of your life does this message concern? Do you want to be upright? Yes. We have the Eight of Cups. What area of your life, of pile number one's life? Thank you. Because I have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. The area of your life that this message concerns is where you're making money, whatever that is that you're doing, but it's something financial, it's your career, it's where you're trying to manifest abundance. But it is also an area that is very closely connected to your emotional world. You are very emotionally involved in this. So this is not just some random 9 to 5. Some of you will be self-employed. Others who are not just found their dream job, I guess. And this is some of you will want to say that this is your baby, this career, yeah, but I highly recommend you read Big Magic from Elizabeth Gilbert, because there are some certain difficulties when you call your project your baby. Just read the book. Highly recommend not calling it that. The Queen of Cups shows me here that you're very emotionally invested, and this is like, yeah, this is your dream job. You're very, very emotionally connected to what it is that you're doing. And with the Eight of Cups, we have a lot of disappointment here. You have been disappointed in the field that you're in for quite some time. And it's important here that you do not lose yourself in escapism. You know, doing some things just to feel like something is moving forward, just being busy for the sake of being busy. Because this leads to a withdrawing into yourself that won't be beneficial for you at this point. The reason you have Eight of Cups energy here as well is because you have been pouring your love and your energy into this for a really long time, but it's not working. And the Eight of Cups is again reminding you to step away. And I know it's difficult if you have invested so much time and energy, but if you step away then you will see the lessons naturally. The lessons that you were supposed to learn here before moving on, you will see them naturally. So no matter what type of disappointment is tied to your Ace of Pentacles energy, you know, this financial career opportunity that this reading is about, because what area of your life does this message concern? Your career. No matter what type of energy that is, no matter what it is that makes you so emotionally drained and disappointed in all of this, if you step away, like we said in the beginning, you will be redirected to a new path, to the path that you should actually be on. But if you don't step away, you won't be able to see the bigger picture, because you're too much in it in order to see around it, so to speak. That's the message you've been too busy to hear. Thank you so very much for letting me read for you. On Patreon, we're going to take a look now at what happens if you listen to this message, what happens if you continue to ignore this message, and the next steps your guides recommend. Thank you so very much for letting me read for you, for being here. I appreciate you. Please leave me a like, a comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing so. And I appreciate you so much, and see you in the next reading. Goodbye. Welcome in pile number 2. Thank you so very much for being here. You chose this beautiful geode, and I'm going to put it right here. There we go. So pretty. You chose the Lilith tarot, and we're going to get right into it. Oh, I cannot shuffle because of my sleep. The extended of this video is going to be on Patreon, just like all my extendeds. Also, just like my energy of the week readings that always take the pulse, and they are timeless. So whenever you come upon them is the right time. You can also find my Reiki mini magazine there, where you learn how to manifest, plan intentions, work with crystals, all that stuff. Okay, there we go. Your deck is shuffled, and we're taking a look at your pre-shuffled oracle cards. They are going to give you an idea whether this is your reading or not, whether the Geode pile is your pile or not, and if not, feel free to choose a new. There is no right or wrong. You can always choose a new. So what message have you been too busy to hear? Let's do an energy check if this is your reading. So we have the key, successful outcome to your problems. Love that. We have the carriage, a journey either physically or mental. We have a detox, and on the back of the card it says, drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. We have to prepare you for what's ahead. And we have stepping stones. Take the next step. Simplicity, focus. It's beautiful. Okay. So, what I'm hearing here is why is this not working out? And why is it this one thing in a long row of things that didn't work out? This could be a relationship, it could be a career thing, it could be a personal project, it could be a friendship, it could be so many things, whatever resonates. But something isn't working out here, and something feels misaligned. And this is your reading if you have felt stuck, if you have felt like there is no answer to this, and if you have felt like it's just one thing after another, and Spirit is letting you know that these one things after another, like from one trial into the next, these are stepping stones. And you're taking the next step and the next step and the next step. And if you don't take them with, I know that's difficult. I'm just saying what I channel, and I know it's difficult, and I know it sounds like, I don't want to put some toxic positivity out there, okay? So I'm saying what I channel, but take it with a grain of salt. Spirit is like, if you take these next steps with a sense of gratitude and simplicity, you know, a sense of, well, it is what it is, a sense of, oh, this is interesting, instead of, oh my gosh, this sucks. If you allow yourself to open your mind like that, the journey will change face, because the journey will look different to you, because you allow yourself to look at it differently. There is this beautiful book called Big Magic from Elizabeth Gilbert. I already mentioned that in pile 1, so maybe there are messages for you there as well. And in her book, she says that, does she say that? She says that instead of saying that things suck, or that they're shit, or that they're difficult, or that they're non-beneficial, that they're negative, that, you know, instead of going this way, she recommends that any time life throws something at you on your path, another stepping stone, anytime that happens, you say, oh, that's interesting. Because if you say it's interesting, there is no toxic positivity. You're not trying to make yourself believe that this shitty situation is amazing. But you allow yourself to open your mind to any possibility with the word interesting. An example could be your boss is suddenly, I don't know, suddenly has this really terrible idea for your company, and you're like, oh, this is interesting. And with the word interesting alone, because words are magic, it's not called spelling for nothing. With the word interesting alone, you open your mind to all the paths and possibilities in your company that are now open to you and others because of this shitty decision. So I'm definitely hearing here for you, put the word interesting in your vocabulary and make it your very own affirmation throughout the day. Because these stepping stones can be so beneficial for you, but I feel like you have not allowed yourself to see them as interesting just yet. And you're being asked to. You're also being asked to purge and detox a little bit, you know. Eat and drink something healthy, leave connections behind that don't serve you, and throw things out that hold you back. And I mean, this could be so simple as old t-shirts, old shoes, you know, donating what can be donated and throwing out what is already ruined, you know, but allowing yourself to have it leave your home, allowing yourself to let it go. And that's going to prepare you for what's ahead, because letting go of stagnant energy while simultaneously opening your mind to possibilities, you know, by saying, oh, this is interesting. This is your vibe. This is going to help. So if this is your reading, the whole reading breakdown is in the intro, and we're just going to go right in with the first question: what message has been trying to reach you? Also, if this is not your reading, then see you again in the intro. You can totally choose again. What message has been trying to reach pile number 1 with the beautiful Geode that they chose? What message has been trying to reach pile number 1? We have the Knight of Wands. The message that also by the way, the fact that you chose this tarot deck tells me that you see symbolism different than other people. You do not respond to mainstream symbolism. A good example for that is the snake. the snake is in mainstream symbolism not a very positive symbol in the Western world. But if you look to India, for example, or if you look to the Celtic natives in Central Europe and Northern Europe, then you see that it has a beautiful connotation. So I feel like you do not respond to how pop culture and the Western world depicts certain symbolism. Yeah. Anyway, so what message has been trying to reach you? We have the Knight of Wands for you. So the message that's been trying to reach you is that progress is just around the corner. Like, there is this expansion in your life and there's this progress waiting for you, and it's really just around the corner. But I feel like what stands in your way is a certain sense of impulsiveness. Because if you're all actions and you have no time to stop and think, then this unstoppable passion can become rather risky, because then you do things half-baked and don't think them through properly. And that can have some unforeseen consequences, like when you hand projects in and they're not really done, when you publish websites and they're actually pretty raw and nobody's going to click on them when they're done in 6 months. They're going to click on them once and they're going to be like, oh, that's not good. So it's like, if you can take a step back before you seize an opportunity in front of you, if you can take a step back and size it up. And because here's the thing, I feel like it's a lack of confidence that has you act so impulsively. You feel like if you sit in it and marinate in it for long enough, you will feel like you aren't worth it or you cannot do it. So you act impulsively in order to jump over that feeling. But Spirit wants you to wade through this feeling, because this is your path. This is where you learn. This is the lesson that Spirit has for you. So the more often you jump over this lesson, the more often Spirit will put it into your path. And then it will feel like these endless stepping stones, because the same lesson keeps coming up over and over again. So do not jump over your insecurities and do not cover them up with impulsiveness. Allow yourself to wade through this uncomfortable feeling of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do next? How am I going to do it? And really allowing yourself to sit in it and to brainstorm opportunities and to not just make rash decisions on the spot that are not sustainable. Because Spirit will not stop putting these stepping stones in your path with the same lesson over and over again if you haven't learned the lesson. So that's the message that's been trying to reach you. Why has this message been hard for you to hear? Like, what have you been up to? Let's take a look. Why has this message been hard for you to hear? Oh. Why has this message been hard for pile number 2 to hear? Okay. We have the Queen of Swords. Of course we do. You have been too much in your head. That's why. You have been in your head with this, whatever project, whatever this is that you're trying to bring in. You have been completely in your head about this. You have had overthinking moments, and your thoughts running around in circles, and that's why you've been way too busy to hear this message. The Queen of Swords is an energy that is very truthful, very to the point. I think as someone who's neurodivergent, I'm allowed to say this. The Queen of Swords is the TISM card. It's the card that's just so blunt, to the point, honest, but not to hurt feelings, but to clarify the situation, to make sure everyone has all the information. And people flinch at the Queen of Swords because it's uncomfortable to them. It's the TISM card. So the Queen of Swords is, in this energy, is something that like this message has been too hard for you to hear, or has been hard for you to hear, because you are you were so busy understanding the situation and staking out the situation and understanding every single detail about the situation that you're in, that you have not been able to hear this message. You were too much in your head, you were overthinking constantly, and you were very busy with, like, all you wanted was to be able to set your emotions aside so you can view this with clarity and honesty. But it has been a lot of hard work for you because you're very emotionally connected with this project, whatever this is. I'm saying project, it can be a friendship, a relationship, a career opportunity, it can be anything. But you have been so busy to see the situation for what it truly is and to really understand every aspect of it that you couldn't hear this message. That's why you couldn't hear it. So what area of your life does this message concern? In the extended, we're taking a look at what happens if you listen to this message, what happens if you continue to ignore this message, and the next steps your guides recommend. So what area of your life does this message concern? What area of your life is this message about? Oh, we have the Strength card coming up. A very shy Strength card just popped out of the pile. So sweet. We have Fire Leo and Angel Michael energy here, by the way, and the number 8. So the area of your life that this message concerns is an area you're very compassionate about, an area where you had to transcend many obstacles, an area where it was difficult for you to stay the course and to not lose hope, an area where you really had to learn to shut negative coping mechanisms down and to control your vices. Don't like the word, but that's what's coming up. It's an area where you really had to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. There is this song, stand on your own 2 feet. Okay, anyway, it's an area where you've been courageous more often than not, and where you have to really pool all your strength. As an example, for some of you who are scared of public speaking, this area would be having to speak in front of a whole team. Or if you're scared of group projects, this area would be having to lead a class for the whole team at work, something like that. Like it's really difficult for you, but you enjoy the outcomes and the process, so you're trying to just pull through somehow. And Spirit wants you to sit with that uncomfortableness, because that's the lesson here I'm hearing. And we had in the beginning, there will be a successful outcome to your problems, but you're being asked to take a journey. And for some of you, that's physical. For some of you, that's mental. But you're asked to take a journey because that's going to prepare you for what's ahead. And I feel like for most of you, an important part of the journey is to throw things out that don't serve you anymore. This could be friendships. This could be objects. It could be ideas. This could be an unhealthy diet or an unhealthy eating habit. But throwing things out that don't serve you anymore and allowing yourself to go on a journey to do something new. That journey could be to start a healthy workout, or to sleep in, or to get out there and do some speed friending. Whatever journey that is, it's going to help you take your mind off things, and it's going to help you clear your mind so that you can, in the future, hear these messages from Spirit. The area of your life this concerns with the Strength card, it really doesn't disclose it, because in pile number 1, it was very clearly career focused. But here, this could be your career, this could be friendships, this could be relationships, this could be a personal project, this could be so many things. But what we do see here is that it is something you're very compassionate about, and something where you really had to put your head down and jump over your own shadow. That's what I'm getting here. Thank you so very much for letting me do this reading for you. We're going to go to the extended now. The message that you've been too busy to hear is that if you don't learn that message, it's going to pop up on your path over and over and over again, because Spirit wants you to learn this lesson. Now in the extended, we're taking a look at what happens if you listen to this message, what happens if you continue to ignore this message, and the next steps your guides recommend. So see you there. Bye. Welcome in pile number 3. Thank you so very much for being here. You chose this beautiful Selenite wand, and I'm going to put it right here. And you chose the Doodle Tarot. Is it called Doodle? Yeah, it's called the Doodle Tarot. Very, very sweet. One of the sweetest decks that have ever been gifted to me. So we're gonna put your shuffled deck here, and we're gonna take a look at your pre-shuffled oracle cards. They are going to give you a feeling of whether this is your pile or not. If not, you can go back to the intro and choose a new. There is no right or wrong. You can always choose a new. So let's take a look at the whole reading breakdown is in the intro, but let's take a look at the message you've been too busy to hear, and then we will see if this is your reading or not. We have the horseshoe. We have the grasshopper with situations in the balance that require careful handling. We have fucking apologize, and on the back it says, seriously, just do it. We have, because it's time to release the past. Oh my god, I didn't take a look at the cards before because I always shuffle blind. And then, oh, I need a new candle. Okay, there we go, we have a new candle. I always pre-shuffle the oracle cards, but I don't look at them. I do that like without looking. So this is beautiful. And then we have the records. Remember why you came, be bold, and legacy. Yeah, remember why you came here. You have such a beautiful job here. Okay, so the message you've been too busy to hear in your current human form is sometimes the things that seem to be really important to you as a human being, like being right or being the first in something, or being on top of something, or being better at something than someone else, than a very specific someone else, or achieving something, you know, all these human things that mean so much to us while we are in this human body. It's kind of distracting you, pile number 3, selenite pile. It's kind of distracting you from why you actually came here. And here's the thing, you have a lot of energy. Like, you came here to this lifetime with a lot of energy. A good example for that is, I don't know what television program that was, but a good example for that is a housewife and mother that, oh, it was on Kimmy Schmidt, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. There was this housewife and mother who was organizing her child's life as if she were his personal assistant and really organizing every minute. And then there was cake when she, like really specific cakes when she visited the friends of that boy. And then the mother of that boy had a really tough day and was really, you know, not prepared not as prepared as she would have wanted her to be. And then she kind of felt like she was the better mom because she had made a cake and she had stayed up all night. And I don't know what drug she was on, but she was on something. And she was overachieving helicopter mom and thought she was better than anyone else because she did that. And I feel like that's because, she also said that she actually was a hotshot lawyer before she had children. So she put all of this energy into children, but it wasn't good for her and it wasn't good for the children. And I feel like you also have all that energy. And the reason you have it is because of why you came here in this lifetime, in this body. That's why you have all this energy. But instead of remembering why you came here, you're using that energy on stuff like, cakes and children's parties, like the mother in the television program Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And I'm not saying that cake and children's parties isn't important, but it was just a metaphor. You are putting all your time and energy into overachieving and in a field where you're not even supposed to be in, or where you're not. It's a field because of which you haven't come here. And you're being asked to listen to this message, to remember why you're actually here. And I also feel like the apologize, seriously, just do it card isn't talking of another person. This is talking of yourself. You're being asked to say sorry to yourself because it's time to release the past. Could be that you know very well that this isn't your path, the one that you're on right now, and you are so adamantly on it because you're like, well, I've been on this path for 5 years, so it would be lost time if I don't keep going. And Spirit is like, please, just apologize to yourself for this huge detour and get back on the path, Red Riding Hood. Like, you've been hanging out with the wolf for way too long. Get back on your path. Get back to why you're here. And I feel like that the situation that's in the balance, that requires careful handling with the grasshopper, is your future. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. So if that resonates, this is your reading. Let's take a look at what message has been trying to reach you. The whole reading breakdown is in the intro. What message has been trying to reach you? Ooh, I love this deck so much. It's so cute. Okay, so we have the Chariot. What message has been trying to reach you? Sorry if I forget to cut my coughing out. Oh my gosh, I hope I won't forget. The message that's been trying to reach you is that things are progressing and that it's time to move ahead with confidence, because triumph awaits. With the Chariot, things are always progressing quicker than we think, and triumph awaits. That's the Chariot for us. With water energy here, Cancer, and Angel Gabriel energy here, for those who want to know. And there's the number 7. What did I just want to say before I said the correspondences? Yeah, triumph awaits and things are progressing quicker than you thought they would. It's time to move ahead with confidence. So that's the message that's been trying to reach you. I feel like going to the next question, and I think we're going to come back to this. I mean, I always come back to everything, but I think I will be coming back to this. But I'm moving to the next question now. Because the message that's been trying to reach you is that triumph awaits, and that even though you don't think they are, things are progressing quicker than you think, and that it's important to move ahead with confidence. And if you're contemplating anything, try it out. Do it. Because other than the Fool card, the Chariot knows where they're going. So for some of you, this might indicate moving in together, by the way, that it's time. But anyway, yeah, that's the message you've been too busy to hear. This reading, this third reading, this pile number 3, constantly gives me the feeling that there's kind of like a silver thread that I can't quite grasp. It's like out of my reach. Maybe that's because I'm not supposed to pass on a certain message, but I feel like I'm trying to reach it and it's slipping through my fingers. Yeah, so let's go to the next question. Why has this message been hard for you to hear? Why has this message been hard for you to hear? There we go. We have the King of Cups for you. This message has been hard for you to hear because even though you're a very emotionally balanced person, you're always focused on making others feel good, and you're focused on other people. Like I said in the beginning, you're focused on organizing the lives of other people. You're focused on being the personal assistant of others and also being the personal assistant of other people's emotions. Like you're a wonderful friend and confident, but you're so focused on other people that this message has been really hard for you to hear. Spirit has had a hard time coming through to you because you're so focused on others that there really isn't a time for you to focus on yourself. We have a helicopter mom energy here with peace and love, and you're being asked to finally refocus on why you are here. This message has been hard for you to hear because you're so compassionate and caring, and you've been so focused on helping other people, and you've been so focused on how you look like in the eyes of other people as well. Your self-perception seems to be dependent on how other people see you, and that's never healthy, because then other people decide when you feel good and when you feel bad, and that is giving them too much power. What area of your life does this message concern? What area of this life does this message concern? We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. She looks so cute. Oh wait, I think I didn't show you the King of Cups. There you go. So cute cards. Such cute cards. Okay, so what area of your life does this message concern? We have the Queen of Cups, but in reverse. You're in a world of feelings. Like you're in a world that never really has a chance to shine or to be seen because you are so busy to take care of other people. Your self-care, your self-love, that's the area of your life that this message concerns. You taking care of yourself. The Queen of Cups in reverse is speaking of self-love, of self-care, of your inner world, of feelings. That's what this message concerns. This message, remember why you came here. Apologize to yourself, because it's time to release the past and just move on from where you're at now, because this doesn't make you happy. It's time to release the past. Spirit wishes you good luck. And that situation that's in the balance, that requires careful handling, is your situation right now, is your life right now. You are not meant to be at that bake sale. Answer your calling. Maybe you're meant to, I don't know. Can't really say what I want to say right now, but Maybe, how can I word this? Maybe you're supposed to be more of a Mulan than Snow White. Hope people will understand that. I can't think of a revolutionary character right now. Anyway, I feel like you're really called to do something important in this lifetime, and I know you know what it is too, but you get caught up in being accepted by conventions, and what happens then is that you are too busy to answer your calling, and too busy to listen to your calling, and too busy to hear this message that's been trying to come in, because you have been so focused on how other people see you and making them happy by showing them the version of you that makes them the happiest. And that's kept you from hearing this message and from answering your calling, because the message is, please answer your calling. The message is, remember what you came here to do. And on the back of the deck, this is the first pile where I show the back of the deck, but I feel called to do so. We have the Four of Swords. Please focus, camera. Yeah. The Four of Swords is telling you that you've been nurturing all the outer aspects of your life, all the other people. You made them so happy with the version of you that you created for them. And in that process, you've forgotten to take care of yourself. You're exhausted, you're struggling. Please take a nap and do what you need to do in order to recharge. Do what you need to do in order to come back to your calling. Apologize. Release the past. Move on from this. Leave the bake sale. I saw a reel earlier this week where a woman said, tell me all the revolutionary things you do right now to rage against the machine. And it was a beautiful reel, because in the comments, the ideas that people have had, absolutely beautiful. I think I still have it saved somewhere if anyone wants the link. So yeah, this is what I have for you. The message that's been trying to reach you is that remember why you came here, because what you're doing right now is only making other people happy, but not you. Why has this message been hard for you to hear? Because you've been so busy making others happy with this version of you that you created for them. What area of your life does this message concern? It concerns your self-love, your self-care, how you see yourself, how you present yourself to others. That's what we have here for you. We're now going to the extended in Patreon, where we take a look at what happens if you listen to this message, what happens if you continue ignoring this message, and the next steps your guides recommend. Thank you so very much for being here, and see you in the extended. Bye. Welcome in pile number 4. We're taking a look at your reading on the messages you've been too busy to hear. And you chose this beautiful Kambaba Jasper egg. I'm going to put it right here. There we go. And you chose the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. The extended version of this reading is going to be on Patreon, just like all my other extended versions, just like my energy of the week as well, my timeless weekly readings that take the temperature on your next 7 days, completely independent on when you see them. So it's not important when I filmed them, but when you see them. And I also have my Reiki mini magazine on Patreon. So we're going to take a look at your pre-shuffled oracle cards before we use the tarot deck to look deeper into this. If this doesn't feel like your energy, like your reading, it doesn't matter. You can always go back to the intro and choose a new. There is no right or wrong. So let us take a look at the message you've been too busy to hear. We have rabbit with too much concern with sexual matters. We have seahorse with family matters. We have get the fuck out of your head. And on the back it says, get in your heart. it misses you. We have to show you what truly matters. And we have boundary stones, negotiations, contracts, and communication. This feels like the message you've been too busy to hear. Firstly, I want to say you are loved and you are lovable. And you are whole and complete just the way you are. You have been focusing on your anxieties instead of focusing on the communication that came in from spirit. Very often we can confuse our intuition with our anxiety. And I heard on the channel of ASO Tarot, I think she said that, or it was Kino Tarot, one of them, said that it has to be one of them. They're the only tarot readers I watch, so it has to be one of them. And one of them said, your intuition whispers and your anxiety screams. Also, your intuition will never be mean or rude to you. That's your anxiety. Your intuition would never do that. Your intuition would never say you're stupid or stuff like that. I don't want to go into detail, but your intuition would never say that. That's your anxiety speaking. And I feel like you have been listening to your anxiety for a very long time and mistaking it for your intuition. So you've been listening to anxiety, you've been mistaking it for your intuition, and all the while you were doing really great, actually. I mean, seahorses, the dads are the ones who carry the eggs in their pouch, which is so amazing. It's like penguins, where the dads also sit on the eggs and keep them warm when the mom goes to eat something and then brings back fish. So yeah, honestly, you're doing a lot. You keep a close watch on your family in a good way. And family, can mean anything. Could be a spouse, could be children, could be an animal companion, could be a person and an animal companion, could be so many different ways. Like whatever means family to you. I haven't listed nearly enough possibilities here. Okay, so whatever means family to you. And I feel like you are taking such good care of your family and you're keeping a close watch on their well-being and their happiness. And all the while, your anxiety is still really loud and telling you that you're not good enough. And your heart really wants you to get in and to listen to it, to get out of this overthinking loop and instead listen to your heart, because it really, really misses you. Your heart chakra is where your inner child resides. I'm saying this as a Reiki master. So your heart chakra is where your inner child resides and waits for you to listen to it. So I feel like when we're saying your heart really misses you, we're also saying your inner child really misses you. And your heart chakra is also called your soul chakra. So what you came here on this earth to do, why your soul wanted to be here right now, that inner calling, that like your soul really misses you, is what I'm hearing. And I feel like you had to learn to set boundaries. You are at the moment in a negotiation, could have something to do with a contract or just how communication will look like in the future. But you are in some kind of negotiation right now. Some of you, this will have to do with work. For others, this will have to do with a divorce or with, how do you say, custody or a house, the deed of a house, So no matter what this is, right now you're in negotiations for a contract. And Your heart really wants you to listen to it this time and not your overthinking head. Your intuition is really asking you to listen to it this time and not your anxiety, because Spirit wants you to show what truly matters. That's the message that you've been too busy to hear. Spirit really wants you to show what truly matters and to have the courage to listen to your heart and your intuition instead of your overthinking head and your anxiety. And when I'm thinking of your overthinking head, I see steam coming from your ears and from your forehead, which is where your third eye is. And I feel like when there is steam coming from your forehead, it's clogging up your third eye, which is your mental movie screen, which is where you see yourself do the thing, So yeah, your vision is blurry because you are not in your heart enough. So that's what I have for you. That's the energy check. If this resonates, let's keep going and let's take a look at all of this. So what message has been trying to reach you? What message? Ooh, we have the 3 of Wands. I absolutely love that you chose the unicorn, the crystal unicorn tarot, because it feels like there is if people that love you would have to describe you, they would describe you as a unicorn. Someone that a lot of people don't think would be real if they told them about you, because you're so wonderful. So yeah, so we have the 3 of Wands for what message has been trying to reach you. The message that's been trying to reach you is that there are overseas opportunities for you. Not for all of you, because it's a general reading. For some of you, it's overseas opportunities. For others, it's just progress or expansion in any other kind of way. The message that has been trying to reach you is that you're working so hard and you're getting ready for the future, and Spirit wants you to know that it's working. And you've been so much up in your steaming head and brain and haven't been listening to your heart that you couldn't receive that message. What you're doing right now, the getting ready for the future, the working so hard, it's working. You've got this very solid strategy and you are going to put it into action, and it is going to work out just fine. And Spirit wants you to know that it is working. That's the message that you've been too busy to hear. So why has this message been hard for you to hear? Oh, your deck shuffles so beautifully. Your guides really want to talk to you. In the other piles, there were some questions where they didn't shuffle nicely because the person wasn't ready. But here, love it. You're really ready for these messages. You're like, yeah, tell me. Why has this message been hard for you to hear? Oh, this message has been hard for you to hear. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This message has been hard for you to hear because of all the hard work, because you've been so focused on being productive. You've been focused on your routine. You've been focused on your very serious work ethic, like you keep your head down and you get the work done and you do your work perfectly, like with an attention to detail, with an admirable ability to deliver. But because you're getting shit done and because it's long and hard work, you were too busy to hear this message and you couldn't hear this message. That's why. That's the reason. What area of your life does this message concern? What area of your life? What area of your life does this message concern? We have the 3 of Pentacles. Again, family can look like differently for everyone, but this looks like a family working on this together. So you might have some support there. So what area of your life does this message concern? For most of you, this message concerns an area of collaboration, of teamwork, an area of learning. So this could be school related, work related. it's an area of implementation for many of you. Like you're trying to implement skills into another field. I don't know what that means. It's going to mean something different for everyone else. But it's basically your passion for learning and improving your skills. And that passion is going to pay off. Like you have been faithfully dedicating yourself to this project or job or whatever this is, and you will be rewarded for all your hard work. Like you have the talent to see it through, and you'll soon be where you want to be. Thank you so very much for letting me read for you. We're taking it into the extended on Patreon. What happens if you listen to this message? What happens if you continue ignoring this message? And the next steps your guides recommend. So let's take a look at that on Patreon. Thank you so very much for being here, and see you in the next reading or on Patreon. Thank you so much. Goodbye.